Guys, Greg Lynch, Derm PA here, MrPopZit. We have, you can see here, a nice blackhead at the surface and a pretty good sized cyst right there, almost 2 centimeters. We have these, you may have seen before, seborrheic keratosis, which are benign kind of wart-like growths. We call them the barnacles of life. But you can see on that cyst right at the top there where it's black, that's actually oxidization, where the contents are exposed to oxygen, and it just kind of turns darker there. So we're going to mark this and get her numb, and we'll get this out today. All right, guys, Greg Lynch, Derm PA here, MrPopZit. We have her nice and numb with that blackhead with the cyst underneath there, basically an epidermal inclusion cyst. She also has a couple blackheads that could turn into a cyst that you can see here. So we're going to pop these out for her. Just a little extra for her, and get these out so they don't turn into cysts themselves. I feel a little bit of pressure here as we loosen these. Let me get the blade loosen. Sometimes pluck these right out. They're so dry. Perfect. That one's coming out. Here's a bigger one. You can see it's just like a plug. See that there. Dry at the top and kind of a little bit more moist at the bottom. Get these out so they don't turn into the same thing. Good. You can see those. Another one. This one's basically coming out right there. And this last one, let's see if we can get that kind of deep there. You get under it there. There we go. Little pressure, pops right out. And that's it. So those will never become a cyst. Perfect. We have this little, I'm going to try and open this a little for her. We're going to cut out that pore. This cyst looks like it's been there a while. No pain at all?
Nope.
Good, perfect. Break this up a little and see if we can push some of that out. Feel a little pressure here. Yeah, the gut's pretty dry. Yeah, so we'll get it out. That's kind of like the whole sac there. And do a little electrical cut. The older cysts are just kind of dried out. Sometimes we'll try to squeeze everything out to make a smaller sac and pull it through that little hole that we make. But if we can't get it, we just do a little ellipse and get it that way. Just going to separate here a little. There we go. And a lot of people ask why I kind of cut a little sliver, elliptical cut at the top, and this is why. Because I have a handle here that I can kind of pull up against all this connective tissue, help us start to separate that from its attachments there. There's our blackhead we were looking at right there. Get that out. Well, it's ready to come. You can start to see the sac here. It's looking good. Go to the scissors and start to lift up here. Sorry, you're going to hear some snipping. That's good. A little bit of scar tissue, it looks like. Sometimes if we squeeze on them ever in the past, that can happen. Sometimes it's just because they can get a little inflamed. There we go. Down, just getting under the sac, right? good sized cyst actually underneath there. Wall's starting to come apart just a little, but I think we're going to get it in one piece. No pain, just some tugging?
No pain.
Good. Just let me know. You can always put more in. Very nice. So that's the whole sack there. So you can put just a little pressure there. That was that pore kind of at the top there. And you can see that whole sack right here and just kind of flaky contents there. So it looks like we might be missing just one part of the sack. When we're cutting, it might have fallen apart. So we'll go back and check, make sure we got it all. It's just a little bit right by the surface here. Not much. But if you leave that, sometimes it can reform. And we don't want that. Okay. Get in here. Clean all the way around. And just fat tissue, normal fat tissue. I don't see any remaining cyst contents there. That's good. So a couple little stitches. We'll close that pocket there. No real bleeders either. She's doing great. Just a little bit of leaking by the surface and the sutures. Stop that. Let me bring that together. This will close that pocket there. I want to see some tissue eversion there, which we're seeing, which is great. And then we'll cut all the way down to the base, all the way. These take about 6 or 8 weeks to dissolve. It holds the pocket closed while we heal on the surface. Close that pocket. Down to the base. And that should never come back. And with the other blackheads removed, hopefully she won't get any others either. These we can cut right below. A little bit halfway down. There you go. Perfect. You can call that one blackheads with a side of cyst, huh? Started with some blackheads and got a cyst out for her. That's good. And some people who don't know what seborrheic keratosis are, we mentioned them in the beginning, benign growths that are very common on the torso, really. The back is common as well, front and back. And they're acanthotic plaques, just kind of thick keratin building up there. Sometimes they look a little waxy. Never cancerous, which is the good news. Perfect. Okay, that looks good here. Just 4 little stitches, just about 1.5 centimeter scar she'll have there. It should heal great. That pocket is closed and that whole sac is out. So we started with a couple blackheads and we got that cyst out. Pretty standard, straightforward. That won't bother her anymore. When they start to dry up like that, they can get pretty itchy. So getting that out so it doesn't get bigger and it doesn't pop and get inflamed like the ones you've seen just this week. We've had several that were big abscesses. It started as cysts about that size, but turned into an abscess 4 times that size. So it's good to get them out before they get to that point. So thanks for popping by. Hey guys, MrPopZit here, Greg Lindstrom, PA. Hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button to get the good word out. A lot of great things coming in 2021 on my channel. Exciting new things, some merch. It's going to be a fun time. You want to be a part of it? Don't miss out. Thanks for popping by.